Hi, Asi.
Hi, Lior. We're back here again.
Yeah, it has passed a year.
A year,
since then?
a year.
Wow.
Yes.
And the same topic? Are we speaking about?
Of course, the same topic. We're speaking about the ESG
ESG,
report, our
okay.
amazing corporate responsibility report that was just published.
Yeah, and it was a great. It's a great thing that a year has passed, and it was a great opportunity to share with our external stakeholders and also our internal stakeholders what we've done, or what we achieved this year. And I think it was a great journey for us, right?
It was a great journey, and also I think it was like a double journey because on the one hand we had this external journey because the ESG report is it's an opportunity to open the door and to show everybody the great things that we do in this company. But I think they also, what is interesting to see is the internal journey that we had regarding the structure.
Everybody knew that we are talking about our approach, our goals, our performance, and it was like a common language for everyone and the same ESG culture that we try to integrate, and I think with great success. And we saw it in different chapters. And for example, I can give you the EHS chapter, which we worked with our internal stakeholders, with Lior and Yael, and we tried to deepen our disclosures. From the one hand, we try to showcase the best practices that we do, and sometimes we don't see them as presented as much. And also we looked at our peers and looked at our different kind of ESG ratings and saw what exactly they wanted to see there, and we really made a step up in that.
Yeah, because I also remember the reactions that we told them, our peers are doing this and that, and they were like, wow, we're doing it too. And it was amazing to see that we do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And it's really important to sit with the people and to give them the instructions or to show them the guidance. And I think the structure made it happen that they see what is expected, and then they actually find out that they're doing all these amazing things. They just need to write it down and to let it be disclosed. And I think another great example is the biodiversity issues and the circular economy. If you remember, we knew for a fact that almost every site does amazing things in these two topics. But we saw that there's not one global
statement or approach or managerial approach that we can actually showcase. And I think the work we've done with the external and internal stakeholders regarding those issues was absolutely amazing this year, and it brought to life the position statement on circular economy from one hand, and the other hand
now it's public.
Yeah, for biodiversity and nature conservation. And I think the process that was done there actually was similar to the process that we do with the ESG report. We try to see what our peers are doing, what we do inside our units and business units and sites, and also what are the expectations of ESG ratings and other investors to see from us. And I think we had a journey also on that end to create this great position statement, and I think it also made a common language and culture on those specific topics.
That's why for me it was really an exciting moment when I decided that, or suggested that this year every chapter, every topic we'll start with this personal quote or personal angle of not just the highest rank or the executive of the topic, really meeting with the people that actually do their everyday
boots
job
on the ground and working to promote
their everyday
these
job is to promote this. And
yeah.
I remember the first time I told them, okay, we want to quote you, and they were like, what I'm going to say. And then I just asked them, why do you do what you do, or why is it important for you? And the things that they came out from them, it was amazing, because for me it was amazing to see that we all the time say that sustainability is important for us, but it's not just it's not just a language. I think we everyone that spoke, it was amazing quotes, because they showed everyone was really how they're passionate about it, how they take sustainability really seriously in their day jobs. I mean, they really want to push
They have
forward.
a commitment, and I think it's great to see that our people have commitment for sustainability, each on their own topic. And I think it was also great to put it in the beginning of the chapter, showcasing our people and their devotion to these topics, the same as we have the devotion for the ESG as a whole, but also for the other parts of it. and only then going deeper into the data, into the indicators, into figures, but beginning on the base. The base is the passion for these issues, and I think it comes to life in this kind of report, and hopefully our external stakeholders would see it.
You were speaking about the common language with the statements, and I think the public statement, I think there's another common language, and I think the common language is to see how much our employees are thrilled about the ESG's initiatives. For example, we have the report, of course, but also really close to the publication of the report, every year we have this ESG week. And it's a week filled with initiatives all around the world regarding the E, the S, and the G. So it's also environmental activities, it's also social investment activities. And I think the highlight of the week for me was the Oscars, the ESG Oscars, the ESG
awards.
Yeah,
that was great.
I call them the Oscars.
The Oscars.
And the reason
it felt the same.
The reason I call them the Oscars is because we were speaking about how the people are really devoted and how they do, and they really took in, they work at the everyday process, their everyday work is
they have a full excitement for doing what they're doing, and they look forward to seeing it as a recognition and achievement. And I think, and maybe I think that was all about.
I think that was the most amazing thing, to see how they were thrilled regarding the ESG topics. If you remember, there was this prize, this award regarding the water usage, the reduction of water usage, and there's a serious competition, and it's not just a competition because in every competition is the competition for the prizes. But I think it was amazing to see that it was really important for them. Every site was sure that they did the most amazing reduction in water, and it's only one example of ESG topic or environmental topic, to see how they're devoted to the topic.
Yeah, that's true, and I think it was a great thing to see. And I think also if you take a look at our water performance, as you see that we have water savings of almost above 13% reductions since 2022, and we divide it from freshwater and to non-freshwater, and we see how different sites are doing a lot of work to try to reduce the water savings and to manage better the water, and I think the ESG report tries to tell that story and gives example of Dead Sea Works working with a new ISO for water management, that they're, I think, the first in the country that they are using it, and also ICL Iberia that have reduced more than 50% of their freshwater use. So I think we have great examples, we have great competition, and it just makes us more able to excel and try to be the best we can, and it's a great thing that we can talk about it.
And it's not only environmental topics. So if you remember, we have this social activities. So if the ESG report talks about approximately 4 billion social investments that we have, but it's also when you see the competition, we have all the employees. They mention how they volunteer here and they volunteer there, and they put up and they post all their activities, and the ESG report also gathers around all the activities, and it's amazing to see that we actually care about the communities that we live in and we work in.
I think, as you do, that the amount of hours, the volunteering hours our people are investing each year, I think it's great, and I think it's a good thing for the organization to know that these are the numbers. Sometimes when we volunteer, and this year we volunteered like in hospitals or other places, then we see our fellow colleagues volunteering together, and when you see it, this is a global culture. For ICL, I think it was great to show. I think it's also worth to mention the climate change action that we're trying to do, because we had a very significant reduction in GHG emissions scope 1 and 2. We had more than 25% of reduction since 2018, and I think it was absolutely a significant achievement. We can also showcase the reduction in scope 3 emissions that we had about 9% since 2022. And above all, I think it's also worth mentioning that SBTI just approved our decarbonization plan and near-term targets, and I think this would also deepen our significant commitment which is already here, but also have us more dedicated, more devoted for actions to help the world, and I think it's great.
Absolutely. Read our amazing report. Actually, we can go on talking about it for ages, but we'll leave something for the next podcast.
Yeah, so thank you, Asi.
Thank you, Lior.